What temperature is it here now at the moment?
Temperature in here now, 51.5 degrees Celsius.
51.5, and down and there and there?
On the bunk,
It's 45.
45 degrees Celsius.
45 degrees, 51. 120. I mean,
It'll warm up there.
it'll warm. Will it get warmer?
Oh yeah.
The thing here is kind of unbearable here. You know, you guys are coming past the heat wave. It's really like 167 degrees up there.
160, 170.
It's unbearable. You know, I don't think nobody could handle it. You know what I mean? We're already being punished. I think it's going overboard. I don't think George Pyle is such a racist. Something in him wants to treat people bad because he treats everybody the same. He treats blacks, whites all the same. I think he's just cruel. He's like a cruel. He's very cruel.
What am I, a social worker? What am I, a teacher? I'm a sheriff. Am I supposed to be nice?
The scale of the numbers of people coming across.
Well,
is enormous.
it's gone down.
But it's still big.
Yeah, but not like it used to be. I like to take some credit for arresting everybody, and everybody's scared when they see the sheriff. Put them in jail. They can't work behind bars and send money back to their loved ones if they come here to work. That's how you stop the problem.
So jail everyone who comes across.
Yes, it's a violation of the law.
The numbers coming into the US illegally have dropped slightly with the economic downturn. There are simply more Americans willing to do the jobs once left to illegals. But for those determined to try their luck, be they Mexican or Irish, this is a risky business.
This is CNN Breaking News.
And we're on the air early this morning because we have sad news to pass along to you. The Lion of the Senate, Senator Edward Kennedy, after a lengthy battle with brain cancer, has passed away. He passed away last night at his home in Hyannisport, Massachusetts at the age...
As one of President Obama's strongest supporters, Ted Kennedy would be sorely missed on Capitol Hill. As Congress returned from its summer break, Washington, D.C. was back to business. As for me, I was beginning to feel a little worn out.
I don't know what madness possessed me to take on this job, but I've done it. You know, I'm almost 60 years of age. I felt that this really is a job for somebody younger. I miss my kids. My kids are 33 and 30 years of age, but I do. It's meant to be a 4-year posting, but there's absolutely no way that I'm going to stick here 4 years. I just couldn't do it physically. Since the day I arrived and I put this here, I don't think Leslie was particularly enamoured by my striking off the days. So I've now got practically every month struck out. I'm now into December. It's amazing how fast a year goes. I can remember being there at the inauguration and the days before with Bono and U2 in the cold days of January last year. How quickly it comes around.
In many ways, the year had felt long for me. I found life in Washington very lonely.
I can honestly say that in the 12 months that I have been here, I have met nobody. I go to a local pub occasionally and I know one or two people there. But in terms of making friends, I knew at the outset it was going to be difficult. But I've said all along that Washington is not an easy town, it's not a friendly town. And I've heard that from other people here. Even when I was arriving, I was unsure, but I wanted to try something. I really was caught up in Obama's election, and in a sense it pushed me over the edge to actually maybe come to America to see what it would be like.
The president celebrated his 48th birthday at the White House by delivering a plate of cupcakes to veteran print journalist Helen Thomas, who shares his birthday and turned 89 on Tuesday. And the president joked that he and Helen share the same wish, world peace.
The front rows of these seats are dominated by the main American networks, but there's a lady called Helen Thomas who everybody calls the doyen of the press corps, and she's been here going back to John F. Kennedy, certainly. So I think she has to have an interesting take on American politics, given what she has witnessed from the seats here in the press room.
Helen Thomas is an institution. At 89, she still works as a journalist for Hearst News.
So when do you think you can write the first verdict on Barack Obama and his presidency?
I think the Middle East is the test for him. Stopping the usurping Palestinian land and having this killing go on. We supply them with arms and we keep them well funded. I don't think, that the Middle East is the only problem. I do think that I have never seen the world more violent. There's so much pain, so much suffering everywhere.
Well,
Helen is renowned for her sense of duty to the American public and for her hard-hitting questions at the White House press briefings.
Do you think that American journalists are too deferential towards the White House and towards whatever president is there in general?
Absolutely. I think they let the country down during the last Bush administration because I thought it was wrong to go into Iraq. And there was certainly everything that the President Bush said was untrue. He won't wind up on Mount Rushmore.
Do you think that Barack Obama might end up on Mount Rushmore?
He'll have to prove it. He's going to be judged in the same way. He won't be given a pass.
Won't be given a pass. You certainly won't give him a pass anyway.
I'm mean, aren't I?
Helen was not going to let Obama off the hook easily.
Chicago, Chicago.
But I wanted to find out how ordinary people felt about him a year on from his election. And so I travelled to Obama's first political stomping ground, Chicago.
So it was one of the natural places to come back, to talk to people about how they feel he has done. So anyway, the one thing everybody says about Barack Obama, in the last year he's got greyer. I suppose if you're President of the United States with everything on his plate, you might get a few grey hairs, but that's so in Chicago.
RTE wanted 2 stories to mark the anniversary of Obama's inauguration.
So just do the GVs and we'll
Probably get about 7 or 8 shots of between traffic, downtown, some people walking, some buildings. We've got plenty of B-roll.
Chicago, Chicago.
This would be my last report of the year for the newsroom.
Chicago, Chicago, I'll show you.
My first interview was with Obama's barber in Chicago.
So Reef, how are you?
Okay, how you doing?
So you're the man?
Yeah, you can say that.
You're the main man who cut Barack's hair?
Yeah, that's for sure.
How many times do you reckon?
Well, I can't count them. About 17, 18 years.
Everybody says that Barack Obama's hair's gone grey since he's become president. You see it closer than anybody. Well, Michelle probably sees it closer than anybody, but...
Yeah, I haven't really noticed a lot.
You're very diplomatic.
Next up, I visited the Depot, a well-known diner in one of the city's working-class neighborhoods.
Did you vote for Barack Obama?
Of course. No, I wouldn't vote for it was an old guy and a woman. So I was like, X the woman out. They'll have a woman running the country. Hey, it's the truth.
No, I didn't vote. You didn't vote for him?
No, I didn't vote at all.
Would you vote for him today, having seen now what he's done in the past year?
I'd vote for him, yeah. Absolutely.
If you're looking for a vote this time, a year later, would he still get them?
Yes, because the trouble that he's in is going to take more than one term to even begin to dig himself out.
1 year's nothing. I mean, you could ask all the questions you want. It doesn't mean anything. Because 1 year, I don't get enough done in a year to even make sense out of it. So you gotta think bigger than 1 year.
I hope that people evaluate his presidency overall and not just look at the fact that he was the first African-American president.
We're making progress, period. So I'm happy with the progress.